Okay, hey, linear and angular speed. Woo! What are they? That's what we're going to find out. First off, definition, the radian measure formula is this. Theta is the angle and it needs to be in radians. It cannot be in degrees. All problems in this format have to be in radians. So you have to convert. If not, it's simply this. The arc length divided by the radius. That's what a radian is. It's the arc length divided by the radius. That will be the radian measure. That's in decimal type format. Or maybe you might have some stuff with pi if the things are measured that way. And you notice you can see once again, theta must be in radians, nice and red. Has to be in radians, not radioactive, radians. All right? Thus, the length of a circular arc is S. That's what that is. S is basically, then it's like a distance. Well, you would take your, in a sense, theta times the radius, and that will give you your length of a circular arc. Okay? So the S is equal to R times theta. These are formulas that you're going to need in order to work this next particular section. Okay? So first off, let's do this here. Let's find the arc length. A circle has a radius of 4 inches. That's 4 inches. That's the radius. You can tell we're going to travel, in a sense, along the circle, along right here on this side, right here, like that. Okay? To find the length of the arc intercepted by a central angle of 240 degrees. It's 240 degrees right there. That's 240 degrees. But what was the first thing I said you had to do? Convert it to radians. It's your S, your arc length. So how do you do that? You can take the S and divide it by R, but your theta has to not be in degrees. So I have to move it from degrees to radians. And if you remember your conversion, am I going to multiply it by pi 1 over 180 or 180 over pi? Well, if I have degrees, I need degrees on the bottom, so it would be pi over 180. So take 240 times this pi over 180 gives me 4 pi over 3. That's the first thing I need to do is make this 4 pi over 3 radians. So the distance from here to here, in theta is 240 degrees, but in radians it's 4 pi over 3. So then to find theta, remember the arc length, or to find the arc length, is just the radius times the theta. Well, the radius is 4 pi. I mean, the radius is 4, and the arc length is 4 pi. So 4 times 4 pi is 16 pi over 3. That's all it was. But I have to get rid of degrees into radians, and to find the arc length, it's just the radius times the arc length. Times the radian. But the radian has to be in radians, not degrees. The angle. The angle is basically the radius times the angle in radian degree form. All right? And if you kind of want to convert it out and do decimal, take 16 times 3.14. It's approximately 16.76 inches.